Okay everybody, now I realise a lot of you are going to be sniggering about this whole ancient Egyptian technologies and them being aware of electromagnetism. So, what I want you to do for your homework is do a search for William Sturgeon's electromagnet. Wikipedia will do. Or just put in Sturgeon's electromagnet and just have a look at it. You don't have to do much, just look at it. And then what I want you to do then, Wikipedia again, you can do that. Search for an Egyptian Ankh. Now this Ankh has been used in hieroglyphs since the first dynasty, and just have a look at that and see what you think for yourself. But I mean, this whole EM thing, it's not a new idea. We see films like Stargate, which was all about the Egyptians again, and Stargates, we shouldn't rule them out either, because there's a book, it's in the Ethiopic Bible, and other Bibles, the Book of Enoch. Some of you may have heard of it, but in the Book of Enoch, Enoch says he's going through portals. Okay, I'll just read it to you. And the description of him going through these portals is just a spot on description of how they go through the Stargates in the films. And they probably got it from the Book of Enoch, actually, the idea for the film. So, I'll just read through it, and here we are. Enoch's journey to the east. The portals of the heaven open, and I saw how the stars of heaven come forth, just like in Stargate, when they go through the stars, you know. And I counted the portals out of which they proceed, and wrote down all their outlets of each individual star by itself according to their number and their names, their courses and their positions, and their times and their months, as Uriel, the holy angel, who was with me, showed me. He showed all things to me and wrote them down for me, also their names he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies. And from thence I went towards the north, to the ends of the earth. This is important. He goes to the ends of the earth, okay? And there, he's just been to the east, now he's gone to the north. And there I saw a great and glorious device at the ends of the whole earth. And here I saw 3 portals of heaven open in the heaven. Through each of them proceed north winds. When they blow there is cold, hail, frost, snow, dew and rain. And out of one portal they blow for good. But when they blow through the other 2 portals, it is with violence and affliction of the earth, and they blow with violence. And from thence I went towards the west to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 portals of the heaven open, such as I had seen in the east, the same number of portals, 3. And the same number of outlets. And from thence I went to the south. He's gone to the south, the other end of the earth now. He's gone to all 4 of the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 open portals of the heaven, and thence there come dew, rain and wind. And from thence I went to the east, to the ends of the heaven, and saw here the 3 eastern portals of heaven open, and small portals above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of heaven, and run their course to the west on the path which is shown to them. Enoch's going through portals, man. This is a book of the Bible. Yeah. And number 3 is important here. Now 3 is a very important number in the Bible. It's the Trinity. Now a man named Nikola Tesla, he's known as the the genius that lit the world, the inventor of the 21st century. Some of you may have heard of him, but he has been kept quiet and his work has been covered up. He was the electromagnetism guy. He could manipulate electricity in ways nobody's ever seen. Okay, I'll come back to him. I'll do a video on him when I do my electromagnetism video, and he's also going to be in my book because the guy was just a legend. He emphasised the importance of the number 3 as well. Okay, and I'll tell you what I see when I see ends of the earth in here, the number 3 and the Bermuda Triangle, 3 points to a triangle, 3 portals at each end of the earth. A lot of you have probably heard of the Bermuda Triangle. It's where a lot of planes and ships go missing. There's apparently a lot of electromagnetic disturbance there. Nobody can navigate, and yeah, EM again. What you probably haven't heard of is at the other end of the earth, Japan, Pacific Ocean, I mean, complete opposite of the Bermuda, no joke, is another triangle where we have reports of the same things happening. Planes, ships going missing, EM disturbance, all these anomalies. So, complete opposite, end of the earth. It's in Enoch. And here's another story for you. I mean, it's a bit crazy, but just have a listen, see what you think. There's a pilot, yeah, his name's Bird, and this was a couple of years after Hiroshima, and he was flying over the North Pole. You could do a search for this, and apparently, you know, according to stories and that, there was a hole that opened, and he got sucked into this hole, and these beings had a little chat with him. There's some civilization, some race of, you know, advanced beings, had a little chat with him, said, we don't like you using nuclear weapons. So he went back and he told the world leaders and so on. He was the messenger there. So, I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, there are some bizarre stories out there, but you can't deny the Bermuda Triangle or the Dragon's Triangle, and that's the other end of the earth, that's the north, yeah, and there, Stargate again. I love Stargate, nothing wrong with that, it's good, but SG-1, Stargate SG-1, guess where they find a Stargate, a second Stargate in the series? Antarctica. Yep. And that's the other end of the earth. That's all 4 ends of the earth covered. Thank you very much. Now what I'm predicting is there will be 3 portals at each end of the earth. The Bermuda Triangle, the places of interest there are the points of that triangle. Likewise at the Dragon's Triangle, and I'm predicting there'll be 3 at Antarctica and 3 at the North Pole, providing the government haven't managed to move them somehow, but I think that's very unlikely because there are some serious force going on there, you know. Yeah, so there you go. It's in the Book of Enoch. Portals. No wonder they kept that one out. Yeah. Check this stuff out. It is amazing what you will find, and I've made some amazing discoveries and you're hearing about them right now. One more thing, I just thought about it now actually. 3 points to a triangle, yeah? There are also 3 points to a pyramid. And guess where the Great Pyramid of Giza is located? Oh yeah, there's 3 as well. There's 3 there, 3 points to a triangle and a pyramid. Guess where it's located? Right smack bang in the middle of the Earth's landmass. You've got ends of the Earth and this other one in the middle. So because we're seeing that, and the pyramids are an amazing feat. I mean, we'd have trouble replicating that. When I see that similarity, I don't see a coincidence there. I see the ancient Egyptians having an involvement, especially when they knew so much about electromagnetism as well. They had an involvement in these portals at the ends of the earth. Yeah, Stargate. This stuff is for real.